once told you, Ryan, if only one gets out, it's a victory.
Next Thursday, the great disaster movie, The Hindenberg.
There is no resistance movement, Colonel.
That's reassuring. Coming from the Minister of Propaganda.
Now, if anything does happen, Mr. Hanford, it could be blamed on your country.
From a military standpoint, she's a flying dinosaur.
Colonel, the LZ-129 is a world symbol of Nazi power. It is an honor to guard her safety, and you've been chosen.
The German Air Force is not at all what it used to be. And nothing is these days.
Political intrigue and a dangerous mission.
Call me!
What happened on the fateful voyage was a story few lived to tell.
No!
The disaster-ridden Hindenburg. Next Thursday's film at 7:30 on Thames.
Next tonight, TVI, reporting from the Conservative Party conference at Brighton, looks at unemployment, and Lou Gardner will be interviewing Employment Secretary Norman Tebbit. After the news, there's snooker, play from the quarter-finals of the Jameson International Open at 10:30, and that's followed by What the Papers Say at 12 o'clock.
Although this is only one of Creda's oven and hob combinations, it's arguably the most advanced available. The ceramic hob gives you precise control from low simmering to fast heating. It's also impact resistant. The oven's accurate microelectronic timer serves the hob, the generous top oven and grill, and the massive circular oven big enough to take a 28-pound turkey. Sounds complicated, but as you can see, Creda have made it foolproof. Creda. Brilliant, but simple.
Who gets London going every morning? Who Spot a Plane provides the fastest traffic news on air? Who runs Job Finder to help unemployed young people? Who brings you me interviewing superstars? Who gives you music 24 hours a day? Who keeps you in touch with local news, world news? Who puts more fizz into lunchtime? Who puts a smile on your face? Only Capital Radio, London's heartbeat. Tune in.
Presenting Quaker Harvest Crunch, little honey-toasted clusters of oats and wheat.
Hubba Hubba Yum Yum.
With nuts and raisins.
Hubba Hubba Yum Yum.
Hundreds of delicious clusters. Crunchy clusters that remain crunchy. Even in milk. Quaker Harvest Crunch. Hubba Hubba Yum Yum. Hubba Hubba Yum Yum.
Oh, Poppy, Daddy says we can't keep our kittens, but the poor little things mightn't get Kattomeat somewhere else. Mummy says you all like Kattomeat because it's made with only good things.
Well, look how firm it is, and meaty, and there are 8 different ones to choose from.
I wish I were a cat. You get more variety than you do with Mummy's cooking.
Veronica.
Kattomeat. It shows how much you care. If we told you that a certain oil company wanted to push a pipeline through this lovely Welsh valley, a pipeline which would stretch for 78 miles across the countryside, which would cut a swathe 30 yards wide, which would mean digging 7 feet down into the earth, sending bulldozers into the Snowdonia National Park, you would probably, quite rightly, be very alarmed. You might, with good reason, form a protest committee, ask for a special inquiry, write in the strongest terms to your MP. You needn't worry. This is the valley after, not before, Shell laid its pipeline. Work began only after Shell had consulted the local people. And when work finished, we restored the valley, as you can see, to its natural beauty. Can we develop the industry we need without destroying our countryside? You can be sure of Shell.
Today in Brighton, the Conservatives debated employment, or if you prefer, how to deal with unemployment of over 3 million. Tonight, TVI looks at the issue which for the Tories just won't go away. Good evening. Tonight we talk to Norman Tebbit, the government's employment secretary, on the day he received a standing ovation at the end of what has been a good week for the Tories, except perhaps for the problem of those unemployment figures. And that's what we've been looking at, both in the constituencies and in the conference. The Tories came to Brighton in fine fettle. Boosted in the polls by the Falklands factor, Mrs. Thatcher had good reason to feel as confident as she looked.